Hello, I wanted to give a review of my Baileigh Industrial R-M40 angle and tube roller. I've had this for about a year and a half. Absolutely love it. It's really helped with projects. I can't believe I didn't buy one earlier. My first roller was a Harbor Freight roller, and going from that to this was truly amazing. I mean, it makes you more productive. Bends are easier, faster. It's just absolutely amazing. I wish I would have done it earlier. So I've rolled a ton of material. There's not a week that goes by where we don't use this thing at least a half a dozen times. You can see by the wear on the guide rollers here that we've used it quite a bit. So I've done some modifications for my use. One is I've added these ears, I call them, where I had my laser cutting company make these, and they fit on the drive roller. That's why they got the key there, and that allows me to bend 1/2 inch, 3/4, and I do a ton of this 3/8 inch round, which I'm working on right now. Easily, I can load it in on top of the rollers, and it's easier to make a complete circle. Here is an item that I rolled through it last week, and doing that on top of the rollers allows you to, well, when it's coming around, you can easier bypass this to go around and make a complete circle and to roll it out, so you don't have to bring the tube out on top of this, which especially if you're rolling a ton of them, it just makes it so much quicker. Same thing with doing the 3/8 inch rounds. You just lay it against that and it rolls it through. I just did this in the past 45 minutes. I think there's 95 pieces there, and I got a few more to do. And each one is dead on, within 1/4 inch. I'm making giant 4-foot orbs with that. The first reason why I bought this was for my to build moon gate arbors out of 1.5 inch square tubing. That's what they are right here. I use them to do these arbors. This is 1.5 inch square 16 gauge tube. And once you have the roller set up to do that, and I will use the inside, and I'll take all this stuff off. Once you have that set, you can just start rolling them out. And we've done 10 in one day. And you just put the stock in, roll it out, and cut it. You lose about 5 or 6 inches on each end. You sort of add that to the circle, and that way you can just cut that off, because that won't get rolled, because it's the little piece that goes from here to here. I'm sure there's a technical name for that piece. The tightest circle I've ever rolled inside of that would be a 27.5 inch 1 inch round 16 gauge. There's very little deflection, and it's dead on. It's 27.5 this way and that way. And I didn't have a purpose for it. I just wanted to see what's the tightest I could roll. Now, if I put that on top of the rollers, I could probably get that even tighter. That's why I made these, is to get tight rolls. A few months ago, I was doing a project where I was rolling 1/4 inch rounds through it, and the tightest I could get was 8.5 inches in diameter. I haven't rolled 3/8 tight through there. Actually, later on today, I'm going to be doing some 12 inch rounds, 12 inch diameter, 3/8 inch rounds through it. But this thing, as soon as it came off the truck, we put it to work. We got it, it's been 18 months, and we got it half-ass hooked up, wired. It's still mounted to the shipping pallet. We keep talking that we're gonna build a cart for it so we can roll it outside. So sometimes we have to roll 12-foot diameter stock in it. We got to position it right so it misses the rafters in the workshop. You can also tip it down and we used that once. There's a hinge there, and we've used that once. We were doing a 16-foot diameter radius tube that was cool. We did that, and it worked. I haven't used that feature since. It was easy to do, but it's been a great tool. Actually, I really would. The only negative thing that I could find out about it is, so there was a measuring guide here for the indicator that fell off. But you can see that I put a piece of tape there and I make notes for where I'm bending things if I got to go back for a job, and that'll get torn off and I'll put a new one on there. This came off, but that's no big deal. I don't use that. After a while, you go by feel with bending it. The one thing that I did do was on the tool I wrote down, so when I got to put the roller down, I know which side is what because I messed up a few times. But that's my only complaint about it. The only thing I wish I would have done was buy the hydraulic version of this, and I got a guy locally talking about, hey, would you sell that? And I think maybe I would buy that one. I would sell this one to him, and I'd buy the hydraulic one that has a digital readout on it. And I think that would help me with repeatability. But other than that, I really love this tool. It's one of my favorite tools. I couldn't imagine doing what I do without it. It would be very difficult from using my Harbor Freight bender. And I absolutely love this. Thank you.